Yo, 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 what's up, what's up? We are back with some League of Legends Udyr gameplay. This was a pretty banger game, I guess. We went tilting hard on stream yesterday on this game, trying to get a Grandmaster. Actually managed to get the account to Grandmaster, working my way up. From the Giga low elo to the Ultra low elo, of course. Season 12 garbage can. What's special about this game is that I ran Triforce, so you guys might want to see an example of when I want to buy Triforce on Phoenix Max in a game. Just end up doing a full clear, no potions, W level 3, just giving us sustain, saving some gold. Because even if you buy potions, you got a point now you're gonna be pretty unhealthy and you have less options for fights or invades and so on, you're gonna be really weak. So, because I didn't buy potions, I can afford Sheen, which is a very powerful component on Udyr early game, of course. He has spammable abilities. His base it is quite high, not what it used to be, but pretty high. 71 at level 4 is actually very good. But let me explain so you really get the point of the build. In a game like this, I want Force of Nature. Why? Because they have Lilia, Ornn, and also Lulu. What does Lulu do? Her passive does a lot of damage. In mid game it gets to like 60, 70, to late game it gets to like 100. Once she gets a few levels, early game is like 50. So it's a lot of magic damage that's like hidden power that will get hurt by Force of Nature a lot. And then you also have Frozen Heart for Kalista, because it really cripples this champion. You want Frozen Heart against Kalista, Vayne, stuff like that, almost every single game. Pretty much. Even if they have a lot of magic damage, you'll just buy some magic resist items, maybe like Force of Nature, Speed Visage, and then a Frozen Heart or something like that. But the point is that if I go for the Camp Tank or Sunfire build, I'm going to delay my Force of Nature and Frozen Heart combination, whatever, even just by the third item, because I want to buy Demonic. Now, of course, you could argue you don't buy Demonic, you just go full tank, but then you are gonna be a wet noodle against these champions, and they kind of ignore you, and you have less options. You can't even go in and out like you can with Triforce. You have to stick to them. You can't even stick that well to this team. So it's a bit rough. Also, I have an Enchanter, so working with Triforce is even better. And on top of that, if I go for the magic damage build, they have Sejuani, they have Ahri. I can deal with that. Now, if I go for the Q-Max build, because I have a lot of magic damage on my team, I have to build a bit more glass cannon. I don't have that free of an itemization, because if you go AD Mythic into Frozen Heart and Force of Nature on Q-Max, you're not gonna deal a lot of damage overall, and you're not gonna have the utility, because here I want the Armex. Why? Because the slow is super valuable against Lilia, and super valuable against Kalista, and it's pretty decent against the others as well. So I want the utility, I want the base damage, I want the tankiness, but I still want to build Triforce. Now, I hope you guys get it. Took a while to explain that, but there are a lot of reasons for why I went this build this game. Reasons that you should consider in your own games, of course, because as you can see, in this game it will be pretty powerful. So here they end up diving my bot lane. And I was really a bit tilted that my team gave 4 kills so early into the game for no reason, like they're just getting low 1v1 and 2v2 and so on. Kinda lame. So I ended up Burgen flipping. I even said that I'm probably gonna die to Lulu, but I still went for it on stream. So yeah, then I just go to full clear again. Obviously, if I wanted to, I could switch sides, but I don't care about switching sides. I'm saying that I could go to Krags and then work my way down, but I don't care about that right now. I still think it's valuable to pet into this Ornn, especially because it doesn't have flash and I have a Sejuani setup. Because, I mean, I didn't mention that, but I started bot lane because, first of all, blue start on Udyr is safer against invades and stuff. Lilia doesn't really invade, but it's possible against an Udyr because people know he's a vulnerable champion to invade now. But if you leave your Sejuani on an island with TP Ignite, it's gonna be farmed by the enemy jungler. But on the other side, if you camp your Sejuani lane, if you pet into it, you are gonna get rewarded because she has insane gank setup. Compared to most top laners at least. So, in general, if you have a Sejuani top lane, you should try to play around her to get fed yourself. Because I know that in a game like this, I don't really care about dragons, I don't really care about my like enemy Kalista getting ahead or whatever. All I want is, how do I get to my items as fast as possible? Well, I get killed on Ornn, maybe I win like a 2v2 against Lilia Ornn with Sejuani Udyr, it's not that hard. Maybe I get a Herald or two, and then I accelerate my items. Because once I get to 3 items in the game, I can carry the game. That's all I care about this game. Because their comp is not that strong against Udyr, guys. They don't have a hyper carry, something that like scales really well. They don't have like super insane damage dealers or whatever. It's mostly like a utility, tanky. You got some poke from Jace. Yeah, I just pet there. We end up killing the Ornn. Got a small shutdown, I think. And I get some more Triforce components. I go bot lane. Now, here's the thing. Guys, we are more than 3k gold behind. And going for a gank here, it's a bit of a flip. I'm aware of that. Now, if you are in an even position or winning position, and you know your team probably scales better, by default, you don't have to go for something like this necessarily. But sometimes you got to flip it slightly, because I know that there's a high chance that I might get counter gank here, and then we all die, and the game is lost for sure. So, keep in mind, how is the game state? The guy has a shutdown, and we know they used flash earlier, so if they overextend like this and the jungle doesn't come, we kill them. Now I drop really low, they almost 2v3, my bot lane is not very useful right now, and Kalista has a lot of items as you can see, but we flipped it well. And even though we are still 2k gold now, I have resources, I am gonna get my mythic, I basically have it. Now I'm just gonna make use of the tempo, because you could be like, you could base and get your Triforce, but I don't want to do that. I want to stay on the map and get some more resources. I mean, actually, I don't even know if I have it right away. Anyway, guys, I actually forgot. How expensive is it? I should have it, yeah? Yeah, I think I had it. You need like 1.2k gold. So yeah, I had it. But I still wanted to full clear because I want the tempo to go further. Like I said, if the game was easier, I would probably just back for Triforce, go gank top lane, go do Herald, go invade or something. But I can't afford to do that right now because my team is weak. I want to get as many resources as fast as I can. And then I end up killing Lilia, so we go for the Herald. And that's fine. Because now I can get gold. More gold, more gold. As long as we get those items, I trust myself enough to play the teamfights properly to win, because I know how to play Udyr in teamfights. That's the hardest part about Udyr, how do you play the teamfights. Any player can just have a nice early game on Udyr, do the clear decently, like path decently, but the difference is going to be in the teamfights and some other micro decision making, the builds and so on, of course, but mostly how you play the teamfights. And if you are unaware, then you won't carry the game. You obviously need a lot of experience on the champion, because a lot of champions in League, they have a clear way to play teamfights. They just, I don't know, they just jump on the bad guy. If you play Jarvan, you just dive the backline or whatever. Obviously, you can play defensive Jarvan and so on, but generally your win condition is pretty simple and you are gonna get rewarded even if it's not optimal sometimes. Like, so another thing about the build, like I said, is the slow on Lilia. She can't kite me. I also have Swifties and Selective Waterwalking and PTA, so I can burst them easier. Conqueror is okay this game as well, especially later on. PTA is gonna be a bit better early in almost every situation. Depends a bit, of course. But I don't mind going PTA here because Lilia tries to kite you and so on, so you might get a chance to burst her, which usually happens when I play against Lilia. But the Triforce is amazing, because you can kill her before she can kite you, which is super valuable. Like I said, if I have Camp Tank or Sunfire here, she can maybe get E, Q, whatever, but I have Triforce, and I'm in REWORK. She's gonna get one-shotted, guys. Maybe I want for the Warden's Mail because Kalista was fed, but I'm not gonna finish it with Frozen Heart. I want the Force of Nature. I want the movement speed. I want to reduce some magic damage. Under 3 AP champs. We almost end up killing one here, it's kinda close. But I didn't know what this Johnny wanted to do. Kinda unlucky. I think she should have just committed more with me, whatever, doesn't matter. We both fucked up a bit. We got his flash at least. Then I go for dive, I'm just covering her asshole. Okay, so we get some Force of Nature components. Now we go back to farming, Now in a game like this you don't really have opportunities. You don't have the luxury to, even though I'm fed, I don't have the luxury of invading Lilia, going there with my support or mid laner, doing whatever the fuck I want. I just want to make this game as consistent as possible. Now the game became a bit even slightly ahead for us, just because of the value of Udyr and Janna. Now these champions don't scale bad, they are really strong, but I would still say maybe overall as a team we are still behind. But I feel ahead because there's a lot of gold on me. I have the Force of Nature right now, I just have to go back to buy it. Okay, so now I'm gonna base for the dragon. Pinging my entire team 30 fucking times, just so that they are aware. They play like fucking Pepegas. I have a Collector Rush Samira. Holy fucking shit, in game. And I see a random fight happen. Just managed to engage on the Kalista. Ornn is here, we kill him. I mean, if they go into a fight with me right now, guys, just to try to kill my teammates, I'm gonna murder them. The Force of Nature is stacked, I get a lot of movement speed, magic damage reduction, physical damage reduction. Just a triple kill for fun. And then we grab a Mountain Drake, which is super big in a game like this, obviously. It's actually game winning for how fed Udyr is. This is essentially a conditioning rune. Stun the Kalista, and then once she's floats, she can really kite away properly. Press the bear for fun there, because I know she's dead already. Get on the Lulu, slow her, and yeah, the Force of Nature is stacked, the Triforce movement speed, the celerity, the Swifties. She can fucking run away. There's nothing she can do. Farm some Raptors, then go for the Herald. Now we'll be looking for some enemy camps. And here something super unfortunate happened, actually. So, Ornn, we have no vision here, and Ornn actually ends up like moving on the map and flanking. And my Janna overextended to clear a fucking world. So all I did here was try to put my R, I walked a bit into them and tried to put my R slow on them to try to save Janna. But unfortunately, there's a fucking Ornn behind me. A bit random by him, and yeah, again he walked over. Apparently no word. I guess to TP back. And that's a very big pro. I have 1k gold with Kalista, which is like main DPS against me. Okay, so overextends, dies. But this game is on me to carry, guys. We got a Frozen Heart. I'm also gonna buy a Deadman's Blade because it does a lot of damage. And just helps me with moving and getting kited and so on. It has synergy with Triforce by default because this item scales with base AD, so we're gonna get a bit more damage from Triforce. The alternative would be to go Gargoyle, but I don't think I need it. Right now I'd rather have more damage and mobility. It's not like I have some insane burst to block with Gargoyle, or I really need some MR right now. But of course the enemies are getting kind of strong. This guy, Force of Nature. This guy is gonna get a Force of Nature. Riftmaker, Demonic, Pretty decent against Udyr. This guy's taking his Muramana. Kalista is getting fed as fuck. Got the Zeal, Guinsu. My team, not so much. One item. Got the Fimbul Winter, Collector. It's alright, like they're not super weak. My support has an item advantage at least. Then we ended up starting a Baron, and we ended up with some fucking disease here. Like, I remember this clearly. Look at this Ahri. She can go for Kalista and then bring Kalista to half HP, and then they can't play the fight because as long as I kill the Kalista, I'm gonna win regardless. We just don't want her to keep hitting me with stacking spears with Guinsu and Lulu passive. But look what she does. She charms that guy, doesn't hit abilities on anyone. Obviously he can either Kalista, hit QW, electrocute rocket her, she's gonna be like half health. And then R away, maybe even lower than half health if she gets like even an R proc or something. And then I'm like, what the fuck just happened? My Ahri pressed R for no reason, nothing happened, he has no charm. Lilia gets to go to my team, we couldn't pick the Jace because I saw Ahri, like R into Jace, but the guy doesn't get charmed. I was like, what the fuck, she used charm already. And then, whatever, Ornn is not in the fight yet, I let my team one before the Lilia, hopefully they can do it, a fucking 2-item Lilia. And since I have armor, frozen heart, whatever, I decided to go on Kalista. Now they kite me out and I know that Ornn is coming, so I don't want to go in on her anymore. I can just go out and then re-engage on her with my team. Because I already made sure that Kalista can't follow up on Lilia's engage, right? But then Ornn comes, she's stacking some spears on Sejuani, and my team has no HP, no mana, they wasted like Janna R, fucking Samira W and so on. They just played like, everyone played like shit. And especially Ahri. I'm pretty sure if Ahri played that fight right, we would just win it. But she fucked up, she put out, because we were committed to the Baron, and then she messed that so hard when they face check her in the bush. That was really like a fucking silver fucking bronze play. I don't know, he got so stressed. And then, well, they are on the Baron, so I decided to fight this Ornn, because for some reason he's allergic to doing the fucking Baron. And then I kill him, because he underestimates my damage. And I'm trying to fight the Jace as well. And at this point, again, we don't have fucking wards anywhere, man. It's a bit weird, because all our wards are here, but I expected Kalista and Lulu to either stay on the Baron, or just recall. But this guy is ill enough to go on the map with fucking 400 life. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I have a 1k gold shadow or whatever. I was gonna kill Jace there. I was gonna kill him. Like, he was basically dead. I think he was dying from the red buff. And he had no way to kill me. I would give another 1k gold to Kalista, which is really bad. I ended up giving 2k gold to Kalista. They were pretty unfortunate situations, I would say. Kinda unlucky. I was just trying to do my best to give us a chance. You should probably not start Baron, even if it's a good position and you have peak potential. The thing is that, guys, imagine enemy team has to run into Baron. We have Ahri Charm, we have Sejuani R, we have Janna Q. It's a pretty good peak potential against these champions, especially since Ornn wasn't there and we knew that, I think he didn't have TP or something. I'm not sure, he just walked there. Yeah, he didn't have TP, I'm pretty sure he used it bot lane, right? He came top lane and used it on both tower. But he just fucked up everything, so I don't know, man. It's just a bit unlucky, you know. It's a bit unlucky, guys. Because at these higher levels, pretty much Grandmaster players in these games, I expect them to play a Baron fight or a Baron dance or some kind of Baron turn peak potential, whatever, probably. Apparently they can't. The fucking these players weren't too good this game. They weren't the best specimens. Let's just say that. Now I'm gonna go for Gargoyle because it's gonna give me a lot of armor, a lot of armor, a lot of magic resist. It's just the best. They end up getting a dragon. That's not too bad because it's not like a soul point or anything. We're trying to fight again. There's nothing I can do. They pretty much ran into the fight without me because I just respawned and they took a 4v5. And when I run into the fight, it's already over. We should probably not even look to fight. But at the same time, they're getting so many items. It's looking a bit doomed. Now the Jace doesn't really do damage to me. He flashes the fucking nothing. And it's fucked, guys. It's fucked. We need a fucking miracle going. Now they are gonna get Baron. But you have to keep in mind, we still have a lot of pick on our team. There Kalista, no Clans, no QSS, no Mikhail on Lulu. Look, she walked up and died. That's what we need. And now without the Kalista, look what happens. You just fucking run them down in their base. There's just not enough threat for this full tank Udyr. Ari steals my red. Amazing player. Congratulations. He really wanted the red buff. I mean, she can kite a bit better. He doesn't need relay now because she can just have the red buff. It's not a big deal. Well, fortunately I get the red buff. Not like it matters too much, there's no objective right now. It was just like nice 100 gold. And some power. I also have a fucking anathema on me. And I only have tenacity from legend tenacity. So here again guys, I'm not gonna go in anymore until I see my team hitting some CC. We need to see an Ari charm, we need to see a Sejuani R, we need something. We're not gonna be able to create them space 24/7 the whole game when they're getting all upgrades, Rilda, motherfucking items, Anathema. I'm just gonna waste my time. I need my team to do something. We need to wait for them to make a mistake. So I think they are going back to Siege. I'm pretty sure, spoiler, Kalista just gets CC'd and dies, which should happen every fucking time. She's getting really crippled by the storm there. And finally, they decided to press CC. She gets stunned, I stun her, follow up with damage, and she's dead. Now, guess what happens, guys? We just run them down like dogs. I don't care, man. I'm just trying to bait them because we can end the game here if they get baited and die. Pretty sure those are pings from Lulu and Kalista for them to back off because yeah, you die here, we just end. Wait, my Ari died, guys. Let's look at this amazing player, Pepega Juice. You'll see he does amazing plays in these games. So here, Pepega Juice is the fucking Orm and on as tower aggro. He has a tower aggro on himself, even though he could walk to the fucking tower in the base and help us kill these fucking losers. And of course, what does he do? He just dies to the fucking tower because he's a fucking loser. Pepega Juice. Congratulations, man. Really well played there. At least he's building properly, like, at least that, like, he's actually building well on this Ari. Now maybe in a game like this, instead of Shadow Flame, you could have went for like a Cosmic Arm or something to spam more abilities, or like Arbut or whatever. But I don't mind having like the full one-shot potential. And voice stuff is fine. If you look at their items there, there's 2 Force of Natures. She's really gonna deal a lot of damage to these frontliners. If she went Everfrost or some shit, I'm pretty sure we lost this game. So that's something to consider. Here I'm just looking for some kind of engage. I know I have Gargoyle. My team is not that weak anymore. We got a Infinity Edge in Samira, so she's actually useful now. This guy, I'll get his voice stuff soon. It's not the worst. It's not the worst, guys. And now I don't know what they are doing, but they just end up getting flanked. I got the storm on them. Now to see what happens with my team. My is low HP as fuck. Yeah, nothing happens still, but I'm pretty sure they step up and we do something. Okay, so Jace gets engaged, uses flash, and then Kalista is in my range. I don't know how she ended up like this, but once I see that Kalista overextended, I commit to her with a slow, to kill her, and then it's whatever. Sadly my Samira didn't end up doing that much. Lulu dies to Sejuani, and now I'm stuck with this horn. I use my Gargoyle. Ari could kite a bit more, keep her range a bit, wait for some cooldown, and the fight would be easier. But we barely end up winning. Like, we end up winning with a fucking 150 HP Udyr, being the only one alive, guys, so it's a bad time. Now all I'm gonna do here is steal the red buff, maybe steal some other kills, try to get level 18, and then we move to the Baron, I guess. Yeah, pretty much. I still have Iron Elixir. And then I start the Baron. But in a situation like this, you have to realize, well, they are probably gonna regroup. My team is not that strong. I don't want to use the Baron. We know that this guy used the Summoner spell, so now he will run into us and die, because they have to face check here. And yes, we just kill them, and then we do the Baron. There's no reason to like be on the Baron and wait for them to jerk off. They don't even have a reliable way to escape anyway with Kalista Lulu from Udyr with all this movement speed from items. And then I ping the Jace, they end up picking off the Jace as well. One more shutdown for us. The Pegasus is 20% HP again somehow. Congratulations to him. Let's see what happens next. So we go on enemy base without Ari, because obviously I know I'm really strong. Kill the Kalista, kill the Lulu. Only Ornn is alive. And we just trade some kills, but at least we are gonna get the dragon. Get the tower, get some minions so I can replace my items. Mostly just to show the waves, because there's nobody on the fucking map to collect the gold. At this point you probably just want to stop farming, unless you really want to change up your build a bit here. My build doesn't really have to be changed, except for boots. I sell boots for PD because I'm running Triforce, they have double Force of Nature. The only option on a build like this would be to maybe go Cosmic Drive, or like one item without movement speed. I feel like PD is gonna be the best, because no one really has armor, except a little bit on Ornn. Even Lilia has 0, so I won't be stuck in like too many wet noodle fights with her. PD just synergizes okay-ish with Udyr at this point of the game. So I joined the fight, and let's look at Pepegasus. Wow, congratulations Pepegasus, well played man. That was really nice. So we struggled to kill the Ornn for 3 years, just for Pepegasus to run in the tower. Holy fuck. Clap, guys, clap in the comments for Pepegasus, he's a fucking legend. I'm trying to make them aware that they can just recall in front of the fucking enemy base, because they're gonna get ran down. You only teleport top lane, which I'm not a huge fan of, because there's not much to do. I just go get my elixir to make sure it's up. You guys have to stay on the map for longer. No reason to not renew your elixir when there's literally nothing to fucking do. It's a better play than sitting around and jerking off, and then your elixir expires, you lose the tenacity, and then you lose the team fight. That is the 300 HP at this point of the game. It's pretty valuable. Pretty valuable. So there's not much to do. We are basically running around like headless chicken, waiting for objectives to spawn, but we actually end up seeing that there's no vision here, and we just stuck in the bush, and fortunately this guy is just gonna face check in 5 people into a charm and die. He has a stopwatch, but yeah, I mean, that's actually not the best for us, because his stopwatch and he didn't take that much damage, but they wasted a lot of cooldowns and it's fast for him to enter the fight. Now this Sejuani is really fucking stupid, like he keeps playing like this. Like, Sejuani is not a real tank, guys. Sejuani is like a fake tank. This champion is not very durable. He wants to get durability from items. Once this passive is down, which is by the way kind of garbage, you don't have anything to tank with. Sejuani only has damage and CC. Like, he's mostly a damage champion. If you look at her numbers, this thing does almost 700 physical damage. That's a lot of damage. It's like a pretty offensive kind of tank, and then she has Pretty good base damage with other abilities. You obviously have some passive with some max health. It's mostly the W though, but obviously it doesn't scale that well in some games because it's physical damage. Most people don't know that this ability is physical damage, they think it's magic damage. Sejuani is kind of an AD champion in that sense, especially early in the game. So the difference between me and Sejuani here is that I am kiting towards Samira and Janna and trying to peel them, because obviously this is one of the worst spots to fight in, near their base wall, where we can go through but they can to maneuver it. And the Sejuani is not gonna achieve anything. Like she goes to Kalista, but then again that's very valuable. And then she gets spear stuck in her fat fucking asshole, in the fat fucking boar asshole, like they're doing a 50-50 split on the spears, anal penetration, and she dies really fast, while the Udyr is chilling there with some full HP. And all we needed was something, some kind of time to be bought for Samira to get her ulti up. That's what I'm trying to do, because that's my win condition. At this point we have nothing but the Samira ult. I can just 1v5 them. Like, I'm still full HP, super strong with a PD and stuff. I'm gonna crack their skulls. Stopwatch there so this guy can get a penta. I'm trying to see this fucking pentagram. Has been a fucking dog this game. And that's it. We managed to kill, managed to win this game. We managed to, you know, kill these cockroaches. And it is GG fucking G, guys. Holy shit, man. Madness. Madness! This is madness! Well, Triforce, 7k damage. Not too bad, pretty decent. Actually, our damage 45 rest. Which, you know, usually ends up dealing a lot of damage. Not on Ornn, he's not the sickest champion with like super insane sustain or shields, but you get my point. Yeah. It is what it is. What a banger. Anyway guys, make sure to like, subscribe if you enjoy the content, so I'm gonna make more, try to post daily. I will take breaks here and there, but whatever. Follow me on Twitch. Enjoy the ride. We stream there almost every single day, even if I don't post on YouTube. Love you boys. Peace. GG.